guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this little bookish video. I really don't have too many bookish things to do today, but whatever we're doing this week, whatever bookish thing we're doing this week, I am taking it with me. We are hanging out, we're doing bookish things together because we're book besties. But we're starting this video with a little book haul. I actually opened every single one of them, only 4 of them, so really it's just a small little book haul, but I opened every single one of them because I couldn't wait. So we're doing a little book haul, and then we are doing our book journal. I have a little wrap up, and then after that I want to set up my February month, like my book journal February month. I don't have a design yet, so I think we'll just choose one together on Pinterest. I always go on Pinterest whenever I don't know what to do with my book journal, so we're gonna go on Pinterest and search to see. After that, I really don't have anything planned for this video, so whatever we do that is bookish will be a surprise for me as it is to you, so it's fun. But let's start with a little book haul. I opened every single one of them, like I said, but this one is, oh, I got the Poppy War, and this is one of these books that I've been really afraid to pick up. It's one of these books that I just know I wanted to read, but I've been afraid to pick up because the way that people talk about this, it's like they talk about it in such a high way that I'm like, I don't know if I'll be able to understand everything that's happening. It's like one of these books that I know exists, and I always know that I will want to read it, but I've always been afraid. I'm like, what if I don't understand anything that's happening? What if I don't know how to properly explain it? And I was like, you know what, let me step out of my comfort zone. And it's actually one of the books that I want to read. It's in my list of like 2025 books that I want to read this year. And I also got The Problem with Falling by Brittany Cherry. I love this cover. This is a book where I'm planning to read February 14th or something, because like this screams love. It screams love day. Look at this. I love it, and it's called Falling, as in the falling in love. And then I got Ace of Spade. I got this book because I think Shaughnessy left a comment under my video. She's like, you need to read this book, you need to read it. I was like, oh, okay, say less. I was going to read it, but you need to read it. Now I'm thinking I'm going to love it. Plus I feel like we have the same taste in books, so if she loves this, I'm thinking I'm going to love it. But also I really wanted to read more books by this author, so I'm excited to read it. I feel like I might pick it up later. No, I was going to lie and say I'll pick it up later today. That's a lie, because I just read another YA mystery, not mystery, like, yeah, a little mystery thriller, so I don't think I'm in the mood for another mystery right now. But this one I am excited to read. And then the last one, I am so excited to read this. I really am. Why did I go on Book Talk and I saw so many people crying about, it was like the Target edition? No, because like it was insane how many people were crying about that. I said, oh my god, like what's going on? It was going people were going crazy, and I was like, hear me out, the Amazon one is okay, babe, like, because I love this. I didn't really love the Target edition part. Like, I don't know, I feel like whenever I look at like the edge of this, it looks prettier, it looks nicer. I was like, why? It's okay, just get the regular schmegula one. And then other people were saying they couldn't find it. I went on my Walmart, like I went to my Walmart, it was like a wall, like it was a crazy, it was like all over my Walmart. I'm like, how can you not find this? But I got lucky. I actually pre-ordered that on Amazon, and it came, and I've had this for like I think 2 weeks now. I'm so excited to read it. I am so excited to read it. I feel like I have to read it when I do like finishing book series I'm in the middle of. But these are all the books that I bought, and I will try my hardest not to buy more books other than the ones I already pre-ordered, because this year we're saving. We will be going to libraries. We'll be going to libraries. That's my goal for this year. This year I just don't want to do too many shopping. I want to go to the libraries. But we're gonna do my little wrap up for January. But you guys, I am so excited. I'm so excited because I actually kept up with my storygraph this like last month in January, because in the last video vlog I did, I don't know if I think I mentioned that I really want to like keep up with like either Goodreads or storygraph, and I was like, I don't think it's going to be Goodreads, because like I just never really remember to, I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. But storygraph, I was like, I'm actually really enjoying storygraph, so I really want to keep up with it, because listen, last year December I was a little bit jealous when I saw everyone knowing every page, like when everyone was like, oh, I read like this many, like 30,000 like pages, and I read this, and I was like, I want this to be me. I want this to be me. So I was just like, you know what, I actually want to keep up with Storygraph because I want to know my stats. So yes, I'm keeping like we have a book journal, but I want to log in every book I read. It's going to be really, really fun. I kept up with it. Like, I actually followed through, and I am so happy because why on earth did I log in to like Storygraph and it tells me all of the pages I read for the month of January? When I tell you that had me giggling, I was like, oh, I'm so happy because I've never followed through with that before. So just seeing that, now I'm like, oh, I'm obsessed. I am so obsessed with it because in the month of January, we read 5 books. I read 5 books and I read 1,957 pages. That made me so happy. That made me so happy because I was like, wait, I actually never counted how many pages I read. So I was like, 1,957 pages. I was so happy. I was so happy, and I get like all I was like, oh, say less. And then I kept going. It tells me like my average rating was like a 4.4 star. It just tells you all the details. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know. I was like, oh yeah, I'll keep up with it. But I didn't know all of the details that it tells you. So for me to see my average rating, how long it takes me to read books, I'm obsessed. So we're actually going to do a little wrap up in our journal, but I just had to share that with you because it made me so happy. Like when I tell you, I got so excited. But I am going to do my book journal. I actually printed all of the books that I read in January. The natural is this year, but I'm actually not going to put it in the month of January because I actually finished it the 1st of February. So we're just going to leave it for February. But I just put it here for some reason. I forgot, but I printed them. But how are you guys doing? How was your month? Did you set a TBR for the month of February? And if so, did you read every single book in your TBR? I am like always hesitant to set a TBR for like a monthly TBR because I am a mood reader. So I never really keep up with the TBR. Like I might say I want to read to fantasy and then I end up not reading to fantasy. I end up reading like a general fiction or something. I don't know. I always end up not being in the mood for whatever I said. So I always kind of like stay away from TBR, but I think I might do it. I might do it for this vlog. I would love to set a TBR and actually keep up with it and read the whole thing. But did you set a TBR for the month of January? Did you read every single one of them? How many pages did you read for the month of January? I want to know everything. We're besties. We hanging out together. You have your tea. I have a coffee. It's cold now, so it doesn't taste good. I am a tea girl. I don't love coffee, but for energy, I wanted to have some coffee. But did you set a TBR? How many pages did you read? Are you doing your journal with me? Let's do that together. But I always have to have like another bookish video and like in the background while I do my bookish, but I can't play that right now because we're talking, we're besties, we're doing this together. You guys, I have not stopped thinking about A Beautiful Broken Love. I have not stopped thinking about that book. My sister read it. She was just like, oh my God, this was just so good, Rosalie. And I'm like, thank you so much. She read it, she was like, this was a 5-star. My sister, I always say that my sister is a very harsh critique. I was 14, 15 on Wattpad, like writing little stories, and she was the hardest critique. She will read some and be like, this was trash, I hated that. Like she's horrible in that way. She's like my bestie, I love her to death, but my God, if she reads a book and she hates that book, she will let you know she hates that book. And I just don't know how she does it, because sometimes like if I'm reading a book and I didn't love it too much, I'm not going to be like, this was trash. My sister will say this is trash. She's like, no, I hated that. And like she's very specific. Like she will tell you exactly what she hated. And also even if the book is like a 4-star, but she hate one thing, like, okay, let me try to explain it. Because she's gonna watch this video and be like, I'm not that hard, but you are, baby. You are. Like, honestly, one time she finished a book. It was like, I don't remember what it was. Yours truly. You guys know how much I love Yours truly. If you're new here, I love Yours truly by Jaime Jimenez. Like, I truly wholeheartedly love it, right? So I told her to read it, and she was reading it. She's texting me. She's like, oh, I'm really enjoying it. This was so good. Da, da, da. I'm like so happy. Like, she's enjoying a book that I love. Like, I'm so happy. And then she texted me, this fake dating. I said, oh yeah, because da, da, da. She's like, How old are they? And I'm like, no, but like, do you not see the reason why the fake dating? And she says, okay, I'll keep going. And she texts me, why on earth can she just go to him? Because if you don't know, if you read yours truly, you know there's like a miscommunication trope in there, and that honestly bothered me too. Like, I honestly got that part. Like, I understand why she was upset that like there was a miscommunication in there. Like, I got it too, because I was upset too, but I still ended up giving the book a 4-star. After that miscommunication happened, she called me. She said, a 2-star. I'm tired. Like, she was like, no, like, this was stupid. She was like, a 2-star. I said, you want to give this book a 2-star because you hate a miscommunication trope? She said, yes. Yes, these are 2 grown people. They are doctors. There's no reason why she can go to him and say, hey, I overheard this. And I was like, my God, like, you went from a 4-star to a 2-star for miscommunication trope? She said yes, and I will do it again. So this is why every time I'm like recommending her like a book, I'm very afraid. Like, she watched my other video, and that was the video that I read my 5-star. It was like a love letter to whiskey, and then she called me. She was like, oh, I really want to read that book you were talking about, like a love letter to whiskey. I said, please don't, like, I beg of you, don't do it to yourself, because they did not communicate, and there was a lot, there was no communication, and there was also a lot of miscommunication. Just don't ruin it for me, because I know she's going to sit me down and tell me every horrible thing that happened in that book, and I'm going to hate that book. So I was like, don't read it, just read Beautiful Broken Love. Read Beautiful Broken Love instead. Do not read a love letter to whiskey, because look, if you read a love letter to whiskey, then you know the couple just didn't know how to communicate. They didn't know how to communicate. They weren't even a couple, but they just, like, communication was not a vocabulary. It was not in the word that they know. It wasn't there. So I was like, don't read that, please. Just leave that alone for me. But yeah, she read A Beautiful Broken Love, and she's like, I loved it. This was amazing. But a love letter to whiskey, I tell her not to touch it. Hopefully she doesn't. You guys, it is 4:28. That took me too long. I started this at like 2:30 something. It is now 4:28. It took me way too long, but I am done. I don't love the wrap-up page. I feel like I could have did a better job, but I think it's okay. I just don't love it. I don't love it, but I did my wrap-up page. And A Love Like the Sun, I gave a 4-star. Beautiful Broken Love was a 4.5. I still think when I do reread it, like, because it's one of those books where I just know I'm going to pick up later in the year. I gave a 4.5. Across the Line 3.5. A Love Letter to Whiskey was a 5-star for me, and Sing Me to Sleep was a 4.5, and that was a reread. And I did my book bingo. In my book bingo, I only had 2 things, right? Yeah, I only had 2 things. That was a reread. The reread for me was Sing Me to Sleep, and then new to me author was Beautiful Broken Love. That was my first book by that author. Would not be my last. I'm so excited to read more from her. And then my A to Z, I'm doing so good with my A to Z. But basically, A to Z challenge is basically like every book you read, like the letters of the alphabet. Like I read A Love Like a Sun. The name of it was A Love Like a Sun, so I did the letter A. And then Beautiful Broken Love, letter B, and then cross the line, letter C, and sing me to sleep, S. So I'm doing really, really well. Hopefully I do finish this. I feel like I'm hoping and praying that I can read all 26 letters. That'll be so fun. That'll be so fun. The only page I didn't do when I sat down here, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't do my monthly favorite, and I was like, I'm too tired. I can't go and print new things. I didn't do my monthly favorite. I did my monthly tracker. So again, I read 5 books, and then for the month of January I read 5 books. Pages I read was 1,957, and I had 1 5-star, and I listened to an audiobook. I listened to Cross the Line, and then I had, like, obviously I bought 4 books, and then DNF I didn't have any. So that's really fun. That's really fun. That's what that is. I feel like I keep saying at the end of this year I'm just we're going to have so much fun flipping to this. But I did my February month. I love how this turned out. I wanted it to be very fun and pretty and lovely and all of that, so I did all hearts and pink, and I put little stickers here. I kind of want to use more stickers, right? Wouldn't it be cute to see that? Maybe not. Maybe I should save my stickers for the wrap up. But I did all heart. I did purple, red, and pink. I think I really like this one. But that is all bookish that we're doing today. Tomorrow I think I'm going to the library. I think I want to go to the library. I don't think I'm gonna do anything bookish because I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry, so I think I'm just going to cook. I don't think I'm gonna do anything bookish for this afternoon. Hi guys, I am getting ready to go to a library. Well, no, actually I'm getting ready to go to an appointment, but after my appointment we're going to the library because, like, really close to my doctor's office, like maybe 5 minutes, there's a library, and I believe that library is the county library. I'm putting a bell on. Like, I'm moving so much because I'm putting a bell on. But like right after my doctor's appointment, like there's like next to it there's like a library, and I am 100% sure it's a county library. And if you have a card from the county library, then you can go to other branches of libraries, and that's what I want to do. How many times am I going to say libraries in one sentence? But that's basically what I want to do. I'm kind of running late. It's 10:44. My appointment's at 11:30. I think I got it, but I'm gonna go, and I'm going to try to go and ask for information, and if I can get a card, I'm gonna get a card, because then I can go to more libraries around me. I think you can go to like maybe 10 other libraries, and there's like a lot of libraries where I stay. There's a lot of them, so I just kind of want to do that because this year I would love to save. Like, I would love to actually save. I said that as if I didn't do a haul yesterday, but I would love to save more, you know. And I want to try more authors. Like, I want to try a lot of new authors, but I don't want to just buy the books and not enjoy the book, you know. And now my books is just like, the book is just here and I waste my money. So if I go to the library, I go to different libraries, I'm going to see new authors, I'm going to see books I've never heard of. So we're gonna go and see if I can get a card there, and if I can, then I'll just see if I can check books out. I'll just see what books that they have, and then after that, if I end up going to my usual library, because I have the will of Minnie on hold that I need to pick up. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm running late. It's 10:45 and my appointment's at 11:30. Let's go. Hi guys, I am home and I have the books, and I actually did not end up going to the one that I told you guys about, because my husband ended up coming home early, and then so we just went to brunch. But I ended up going to the regular one, like the one I usually go to, and I'm actually okay with that because I end up with a lot of books. But I did end up getting the Will of the Mini. Oh, it's the Will of the Mini. I thought it was the Will of the Mini, but it's the Will of the Mini. Okay, but yeah, I ended up getting it, and I will be lying if I say I'm not afraid of this book. Like, I am slightly afraid. I'm a little bit hesitant to pick it up, but I really want to read it. But I feel like everyone I see that talks about this book just talks about it, like they talk about it in such a thoughtful way. That's why I'm a little bit afraid of picking it up, but I think it'll be okay. I think I'll be fine. I also got this book. This is completely out of my comfort zone. However, I got it because we're going to the movies tonight. We're going to see the movie The Companion. I think it's called The Companion. It's like, I believe from the trailer, I think she's an AI, or she was created to be like the guy's girlfriend or something. From the trailer, I think this is what is happening, and I really want to see that movie. And we already bought our tickets to go see it. I read the synopsis of this. It says Annie was created to be the perfect girlfriend for her human honor. And so I was cracking up. I was like, oh, it's perfect for the movie. We literally just got done talking about the movie, and then I picked this up and I was like, I have to check it out. And I really thought I'll be able to like see, like, here and like try to finish this and then go see the movies, but I don't think I can. So we're going to watch the movie, and whenever I can, I'll pick this up and read it. But I'm really excited to see it. I'm so excited to see this whole thing right after I watch the movie. I think it's going to be really fun. The movie is not about this book. I just think it's funny how the movie is like AI robot girlfriend, and this is AI robot girlfriend. I think it's going to be funny for me. But this one, I am so incredibly excited because the cover, I don't know anything about it. Like, I really wholeheartedly don't know what this book is about, but this cover reminds me of high school because I used to read a lot of urban romance in high school, and I feel like every cover is like my high school book was like this. It was like either Sarah something, I'm forgetting the name. I was reading either Sarah something, or like when I reached 11th grade, I was reading a lot of like good little urban romance. Tia Williams had like this book. It's called like The It Chick, or like 16 Candles. That cover is forever in my brain. Like, Tia Williams, like when I first picked up 7 Days in June, I was just like, why is her name so familiar? Like, I just know that she has wrote a book that I've read before. And when I was looking back at her backlist to see what other books she has wrote, and I saw 16 Candles and I saw It Chicks, I was like, I know it. I was like, I knew you from somewhere. I was like, I knew this because I was like, I just know I have read a book by this. It was like Tia Williams. I know it. And I realized she wrote It Chicks, and I was obsessed with that book, and also 16 Candles, obsessed with that book. And I just remember all of the books that I used to read in high school. I think they call this like, what's like urban romance. Yeah, it says urban renaissance back here, but like this type of cover, like people on top, but like the photograph things, it's like the Love Jones type of covers, right? So I saw this and I don't know what is it about. I don't really think I care. I just know I saw this and I said, oh my god, black beautiful people, Afro, I love this. This is going to be my first book by this author. I also ended up getting I Will Scream to the World. This is a memoir, and in my book journal I have to read, like, I have a book bingo, and one of them is I have to read a memoir, and I thought maybe I should try to read the memoir this month. But I got this and I think it's going to be really emotional because I read the synopsis and it just sounds sad. This is the powerful, intensely personal story of how a young Gambian girl and a survivor of child marriage. I just think this is going to be really sad, but it's about this beautiful woman, and it says on the first night of her first arranged marriage, 15-year-old learned that she has to go female genital surgery, and I just think that's just going to be really, really sad. I can't wait to read it, but I also know that it's going to be really sad. And there's also pictures in here. There's also really nice pictures in here, so I'm excited to read her story, but I know I'm going to be sad when I read it. And yeah, so I ended up picking this up. It's called I Will Scream to the World, My Story, My Fight, My Hopeful Girls Everywhere. So we have this, and then the last two one that I end up picking are Middle of the Night. I started this and hooked. I'm on chapter 3. hooked. I am hooked. When I tell you hooked, hooked. But I want to restart because the whole time I was reading it, my husband kept talking to me, and I was like, I am trying to read this. I am trying to read this, and he just kept showing me things on his phone, and I was like, all right, let me stop. And then we also got Swift River. This one I got because I was looking for One Summer in Savannah, but I couldn't find it. I was looking everywhere and I just could not find it, and I didn't want to go and bother anyone. I was afraid to go be like, hi, can you help me find this book? And so I was just like, let me just pick this up. And I read the synopsis of this, and this sounds good also. It takes place in the summer of 1987, and so I'm excited to read it. I think this one I might read in a reading vlog, but these are all the books that I got from the library, and I am going to, well, actually I was gonna lie to you, I'm going to start this book because I have to read it for a reading vlog, and then after I'll see if I can pick up any other. Hello everyone, we are going to make mini books. I was not planning on doing this at all, but I saw this creator on TikTok and she made mini books and she put them in this like shadow box. This is called a shadow box, right? It is. It's called a shadow box. And I saw this, I was like, there's no way I'm not doing this. Like, there's no way that I'm filming like a bookish video and I see this bookish thing that I'm not going to do. When I tell you, I got myself up and I was like, let's go to Michael's. Went to Michael's and I bought this. I wanted to buy like a bigger one because she had like, I think 32 by 32. Hers was big, but I have a 6 by 6 because I don't think I'm going to read that much book this year. I don't think I'm going to. So I got a 6 by 6 and I was like, yeah, what I want to do is I want to read, like I want to put every books that I read this year in this, and I think it's going to be really nice for the end of the year for me to just see how many books, like I just want to see how many books I read at the end of the year. I have a journal. That's cute. I have a journal. I'm keeping track on my journal, but I just think this is going to be fun to just see all of them here. I think it's going to be really fun. But yeah, I was thinking maybe I should just do my TBR, just like every book I own, or like my TBR or something. But I'm like, no, it'll be really nice and like really satisfying to just look at this every month and put like all the books I read. And also I think it'd be also a nice thing to do every month with you guys. I also just think every time I look at it, it's going to make me happy. Honestly, I'm doing it for that. I just think every time I look at it and I see the little mini books in there, it's going to make me happy. But that's what we're going to do right now. I already printed my mini books. I started, well, like I said, I'm going to do the books I read monthly. So I have 6 right now. I read 5 books. I told you guys yesterday I read 5 books in the month of January, but I'm currently reading Love is Everything. Everything is Love. My apology. I'm currently reading Everything is Love and I'm almost done. So I was just like, let me count it. So I put it in here. I have 6 books that I have to just make into little mini books. Yeah, the book I'm reading, Everything is Love. This is my first book by this author. Will not be my last. Will not be my last. When I tell you I stayed up all night yesterday reading this book. I sent my sister a little video. Wait, I think I have it because I texted it to her. I sent her this at at 4:45 a.m. and I said, I can't play it. I can't show it to you guys because I look ugly. Because I can't stop reading the book. I can't stop reading the book. I have not slept because I can't stop reading the book. I can't stop. And I need to sleep because my eyes were swollen. It was literally 4:45 a.m. and I was still reading this book because this is my first book by this author, and I started reading it. I'm also reading the Problem with Players. I'm reading the Problem with Players. I'm reading this book, but I was reading the Problem with Players first for another reading book I'm doing, and I couldn't sleep at first. I was like, oh, okay, let me pick up this other book. I started around like, I kid you not, I started around like 12:30. Started reading this book, and I was just like, oh, I'm just only gonna read like 1 chapter, maybe 2. I'm in chapter 20. Like I made it through chapter 20. I went to bed at 6 a.m. That's all I have to tell you. When I tell you I was just enjoying this way too much. Like I'm enjoying it way too much, and I need to finish this so I could pick it back up. But this is what it's about. We're following our MMC. His name is Dakari. I want to say Dakari, Dakari, but his name is Dakari Summer, and he is an NFL receiver. this is a little spot romance. I didn't even, like, when I tell you I didn't even know anything about it, I didn't know. All I know is just that I saw it in my library. It just, the cover reminds me of like all the books I used to read in high school, so I got it. But we're following him, and he is an NFL receiver. His fiance did something to him before they got married. So his ex-fiance, I should say, he got his heart broken on the day that he was supposed to say I do. And so he got his heart broken. He was just like, okay, you know what, forget love. I don't want to fall in love anymore, because what she did was upset. Like, what she did was absolutely heartbreaking. Like, she actually mess him up. Like, she was a fool. She messed him up, and he was just like, you know what, forget girls, forget love. I don't want to fall in love. Look at what she did to me, and I should have known better. But no, I thought this is it, this could be my happy ending. And so he was left at the altar and was shocked by that. And I at first I was just like, is this going to be a second chance? Like, is this going to be a second chance? Because like, that's insane. Like, that's crazy. And so the first chapter had me hooked, because I'm like, oh, she did what to you on your wedding day? My God. So I'm reading it. I'm like, okay, perfect. That's the first chapter. Second chapter, we meet our FMC, and her name is Bailey, and she was going through her own little thing with her boyfriend, and that was really sad. That was really sad. She was going through that. So check trigger warning if you get triggered like really easily. But she was going through her own little thing with her boyfriend, and they both kind of like is getting out of this relationship, and like both of them has their heart broken. But I thought they didn't know each other. Like, I was just like, oh, I guess how are they going to meet? They're going to meet in a small town. Like, how are they going to meet? Well, so his sister Camille is with our FMC's brother. I don't know if this is like a part of a series or something, but I will love to read the sister and the brother. I will love to read every book by this author, because the way she has me hooked, the way I was sitting there thinking about like everything from high school, because you know when you're reading certain books that just reminds you of certain times of your life, you just now like you're replaying everything. I was reading this book. This is not set in high school. This is like adult, you know, it's like new adult. Like, they are not young. This is not young like YA at all. But I was just sitting there thinking of my life in high school, and I was just laughing so hard, because these are the books that I used to read in high school. I don't think I should have been reading them, but I used to read a lot of urban romance in high school, and I was just sitting there cracking up. I'm like, oh my God, how I miss this. Like, how I miss this feeling, because I unfortunately just stopped reading urban romance. I hate that I hate the fact that I just haven't not picked one up. But anyways, go back to Everything Is Love, right? So she's going through her own thing with her boyfriend, and they ended up breaking up, right? One day after her brother heard that, like, because she kept that the boyfriend was horrible to her, she kept that away from her family. So one day after the brother heard that they broke up, she's going through a breakup, he went to see her, and he ended up inviting her. The brother was like, you should come out with us, come, let's do this, let's do that, why not? And she's like, okay, fine, I'll go. So she ends up at the club with Camille, who she was like friendly with, and you see like they hanging out again. She's like, oh my God, I miss this feeling. They like dancing to the song, like so you know that song, so they're dancing to that song, they're having fun, they're all this, and that is where she sees Dakari again. When I tell you, that's when I knew I was not going to bed. When I tell you, that's when I said, well, RIP to my health tomorrow, because I'm not going to bed. Like, I'm not going to bed, because the way I just started giggling, I was like, wait, I did not know y'all knew each other like that. I didn't know y'all had history like that. I thought y'all were just going to meet. And like two people said, oh, I don't care for love anymore. My heart has gone through too much. Like, goodbye, kumbaya, vaya con Dios. But no, they have history. They have history. When I tell you history, I don't mean just history. They have history together. And I was just like a fly on the wall, just, okay, tell me more. He's looking at her, he's like, are you good? From the first time they meet each other, he's like already taking care of her almost. He get her like it's like a joyride. He's like making sure that she's okay, and she's like, no, I can take care of myself, don't worry about it. I'm like, girl, let this one take care of you. Like, sit down. Like, sit down and let this one take care of you. But so keep reading. Things are happening. Things are happening. One thing I love about this book is that we're following multiple POV. Like, I just thought we were going to follow our MMC and our FMC because that's usually how books are, but there's actually just so many people in here. There's Jason Summers, that's like another POV that we're following. Bailey Alexander, that's our FMC. Obviously we're following Zachary, that's our MMC. We're following his sister. I think his sister has like one POV in here, and also Winter, our MMC ex-fiance, there was also her POV in there. So when you're reading this and you're just like wondering what other people are doing, you know, because the writer just tells you what's going on in the world. I thought that was so cool. But yeah, multiple POV, and every single time our MMC and our FMC are in a room together, she's just cursing at him. She hates him. She swears she hates him, but it's not really giving she hates him, being the fact that they have a history, you know, being the fact that something happened between them kind of like years ago, but they just didn't really tell anyone, nothing like that. But it's like, how do you hate me? But this happened between us. So we have a spot romance, and we have enemies to lovers trope. We have brother best friend. I don't know, we have so many tropes in this book, and I'm only in chapter 20, and all of these tropes I'm just eating up, right? So keep going. They are just hating each other. He hates her, she hates him. They're going back at it, they're going back at it, they're going back at it. But you know what comes with all this bickering and all that. Something happened, someone kissed someone, and it was just insane. Like, it has been too much. I have so many pictures of, because this is the library, so I can't highlight anything. And when I tell you, I was just like, okay, so I can't buy any books right now, because I just bought a lot of books. So I was like, I really cannot buy too many books right now, so I have to wait until I can buy this copy. But I've taken so many pictures of little cute moment that has happened between them. Look at this. This is me last night, just taking pictures. I'm just taking pictures because I was like, I need to remember all of this because I need to read it to you guys. And also when I have my own copy, I need to like underline all of these things. But oh my gosh, let me see what I can read. Okay, let me read this part to you guys. So this is when they've seen each other, but like on the low, like they haven't really said anything to anyone, so they just seen each other on the low, right? And so no one knows they're seeing each other. So Camila, he's like our MMC's brother and also our FMC's sister-in-law. I hope this is not too complicated. I feel like I'm making it complicated, but like Camila, right? So she invited this guy named Eric, and she's like, hey, I invited Eric, this guy that I think you will actually really like. You should talk to him. She's like, no, I'm not going to talk to anybody. Like, don't worry about it. She's like, girl, just give it a try. Like, you know, talk to Eric. Eric is cute. Eric is this. She's like, no, I don't want to talk to Eric because she's seen the guy. She's like, I cannot talk to Eric. And she's like, why not? Just talk to Eric. And so now it's like all of them in this like little like get together, and he sees Eric and her talking, and this man was just like, what is this? What's going on? But he can't say nothing because like that's not your girl. What are you doing? Like, stop it. Don't make a fool out of yourself. So he waits while like everyone is just like away, and he wants to Eric. He says AE, and he says, what's up, DK? And then he says to Eric, she's off limit. And then Eric says, oh shit, that's you? Why you ain't saying nothing? And then and he says, my bad, I wasn't trying to step on your toe, OG. And he's like, you good? Just saying she's off limit. That should not have asked me. That when I tell you I folded, I said, ooh. Suddenly I'm a footable chair. Because why did I fold that hard? I said, suddenly I am a footable chair. Suddenly I'm like, oh, okay. Like I said, okay, go off, I guess, go off. And when I tell you I love when a man just claim you, I just do. And the fact that he did it, it's so early on. They just had like a thing. Like, it wasn't like too many nights. It was like one night he says, she's off limit, you know, get away from her. And I said, gosh, this is so cute. This is so cute. And then I kept going, right? This is a spoiler. This is, wait. This one, can I read this one? Yeah, this one, it was after the whole Eric thing of him saying to Eric, like, stay away from her. They went on this little walk. They decided to go on this little walk at night, right? And he's like talking to her. She's talking to him about like his game. She was like, you did such a good job at your game today. You did good. And he was like, let me find out you're stalking me. And then she's like, oh, please don't get cute. I was never stalking you. And then he says to her, like, your man, he's in some, ain't he? And then she's like, oh my God, one hit of my honey pot and you've changed your pronouns. Stop it. Stop it. When I tell you, I don't know how my husband did not wake up. I don't know how he didn't be like, what's going on? Because I was crackling. I was giggling way too hard. I was just out here like, I need to stop. Like, I need to stop. I literally was just like, oh my gosh. She literally says, one hit of my honey pot and you've changed your pronouns. He says, and yours too. And I was like, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I cannot blush, okay? Like, my cheek hurts too much. You need to stop. And I keep reading. My stomach was like a butterfly effect. There's more pictures. There's more pictures. There's more pictures. Oh my God. More pictures. More pictures. Oh my God. Wait. I'm trying to see what can I read. Like, oh my God. This is the last thing I'm going to read. And then we're going to go back to doing our mini books. But she just asked him what else you need. And so he just tells her like a couple of things that he needs. And then he says, I just want you. And then she says, you know just what to say, don't you? And then he says, I had 2 years. I had 2 years to think about the what ifs. This man has been thinking about them for 2 years. 2 years. And he says, I had 2 years to think about the what ifs. When I tell you that had me folded also, I said, oh my God. And I was just like, okay. Like, this is when I was like, I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. I literally need to go to bed. And I literally just like texted my sister. I was like, this is the time. And I have not stopped reading the book. This book I just started reading. Wait, I lied. This is the last thing I'm going to say. And then we're going to do our mini books. This is the last thing I promise. So he went to see her somewhere. So she's like, he says to her, you needed to talk to me. She says, not really needed to talk to you. I just wanted to. And then he says, so why you ain't call me when you wanted to? And then I'm like, oh, okay, call him then. He says, when you want me, call me. If I don't answer, I'm calling you back. If you want me to pull up, I'm pulling up. So she's like, so you're pulling up tonight is what? He says, anticipating your needs. You need to eat and I need to be in your space. I am a needy person. You know the song by Ariana Grande that says needy? That is me. And for someone to say, I need to be in your space, please, no, speak my love language. I was literally crackling. I said, I need to stop. And that's when I literally, like, I put the little pencil and I tiptoed in my room and I was like, okay, let's go to bed. And I still opened up the book and I went that's when I sent the video to my sister because I could not stop reading it. I couldn't stop reading it. But that's how good this book has been. That's how good it has been to me. I don't know, maybe you won't like it if you read it, but it's my first book by this author. Will not be my last. I will tell you that much. It will not be my last because I am so excited to read everything by her. I think I did a decent job with the mini books. I think I did. Look how cute this is. Wait, I just think I did a good little job. And I also think this is going to be a little hobby that I might love too much, because while I was doing this, I was just thinking, wow, this is so fun. I fear I'm going to be obsessed with it. Every month we're going to just be here doing little mini books. I fear that I'm going to be too obsessed with it, but I think it's going to be fun. I think it's a little hobby that's not going to hurt anyone, and it's going to be a little fun, cutesy little thing that we can just sit here and not think too much and just enjoy our time that we're going to spend together. I think I'm going to love it every month. I think I'm going to love it. But I'm making like an insert for the shadow box, but I think this is too big. Not I think, this is definitely too big. Are any of you guys authors? Like have you read, like have you wrote a book? Not read a book. Have you wrote a book? Please let me know. I would love to read you guys' book. I think it'll be fun. Happy Black History Month, everyone. I hope you're having a good one. Do you guys just read Black author like in February, or do you just, because you read Black author anyways, do you just be like, I'm going to read whatever I want in February? Because for me, one of my friend was like, oh, just reading Black authors this month or what? And I was like, well, I do that so much. So February is just February for me. I'm like, it's just a month, you know, like it is what it is, because every month I'm like, I indulge in a Black author world. So I don't know. And she's like, I think I want to just make it a Black author month. And I'm like, okay, okay. And I was like, all right. She's like, I think so. I don't think I'm gonna read anyone else. And I thought that was so funny. It's gorgeous. I love it. 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 Wait, it's gorgeous. Stop. I love it. Just imagine every month we're just going to put little mini books in here, and at the end of the year we'll just see just how much we read. I didn't want to glue it. I did not want to glue the paper, but I ended up having to use glue, and I'm not too happy about it, but it's okay. I use this glue, and I don't think it's like a really good glue. So I feel like I'll be able to just rip it out if I ever want to change the butterfly little background thing. But that is it. Isn't it so pretty? I hope you guys can see it. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love it. Wait. That is so nice. That's going to be my new little obsession. Okay, cutie. Before we say our goodbyes, before we part ways, I thought we should pick our, like, my TBR for the month of February. I need to go and clean all this up. This is my craft area, and it's looking very crafty. Like, I need to go and clean up. This is making me feel anxious, but I am going to go and like pick up my, like, our February TBR. I made this little bingo card this morning, and then this little bingo card, and I was just like, how are we going to do it? And I thought, you know what, it's going to be a perfect way. I search a random number generator, and we're going to go minimum 1, maximum 20, and we just going to generate, and whatever numbers it gives us, we're going to go on this card and see what is it that we have to do to go on my bookshelves and then pick up the book that's going to go on my February TBR. That sounds fun. I hope I explained this properly, but let me screen record and then see. I think that's going to be a little bit fun. Let's see. Why am I nervous? Number 16. Okay, so in my little bingo card, the number 16 is last book in a series. Oh, perfect. You know what is perfect for this book? The book I'm waiting for. It's called The Love Lyric by Christina Forrest. That is perfection, actually. This one, I'm so incredibly excited. Plus, I already pre-ordered it. It's coming. So I pre-ordered that September 24th of last year. That's how long I've been waiting. Our next one. Okay, let's see. Number 3 in my bingo card is a book talk book, which is really fun. A book talk book. Okay. I don't know. Let's mark that. Let's like check that off and see. A book talk book. Number 20. Okay. close your eyes and choose a book. Okay, number 20, close your eyes. We'll be closing our eyes while we choose our book. Okay, so another one is number 16. We already did number 16, so let's do that again because number 16 is already taken. So 7, my favorite number. 7 is a small author. Oh, perfect. Small author. Ooh. Who do I have that's like a little bit underrated or indie author? I'm thinking about so many people. Okay, let me mark this. A small author. Perfect. Another one. Number 2. Number 2 is set in a small town. Okay, I love this. This is so fun. Should we do this every month? No. Okay, but that is so fun for me. Oh, okay, let's keep going. This is the last one. Last one is 17. Did we already do 17? Oh, no! 17 is, my husband has to pick it. I have to call him and make him, like, have him pick me a book. Oh my God, he's at work. Oh my God. Wait, I'm actually so nervous. He's at work.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, my love.
Can you talk?
Yeah, a little bit. What's up, girl?
Okay, so I'm doing a bingo card.
I have to pick a book for you?
Yeah.
Do I get options or I just pick?
I guess you just go on my bookshelves and just like pick a book that I haven't read.
Oh, okay. I already know it, but I don't have to be there.
You already know it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, what book is it?
Heaven Breaker.
Steven.
Mm-hmm.
Babe. Babe. Why that book? Okay. I know it was going to be a fantasy, but I was expecting him to pick like Brendan Sanderson or something. But Heaven Breaker did not see that coming at all. Like, I was blind. I was blindsided, but did not see that coming. Okay, let me go choose. Everything. Let me bring you with me. We besties. We hanging out together. Okay, so we got number 20, and number 20 was close your eyes and choose a book. And I'm just going to spin and then like choose a book, even though I don't care if I've read it already. I don't know, like, it does not matter. The book that I point at, I touch, is the book that we're going to read. So I'm just going to close my eyes a little bit and just spin around. Oh, I don't like this. And I'm just, okay, so this is it. I hope you guys can see. Okay, wait, no, this is it, right? What book is that? Wait, I'm so nervous. Okay. See that? I hope you did. Okay, so I'm rereading A Sweet Moment, which I already read, but you know what? I love this book, so it's going to be a really fun time. I'm spinning. I hope you guys saw that. I don't know if you did, but I hope you did. Okay, we are reading A Sweet Moment. This is going to be one of the books that we're going to read. Okay, let me choose the rest and then I'll show you guys everything else. Okay, so we got our 6 books. So we got number 2. Number 2 was set in a small town, and I ended up choosing The Problem with Falling by Brittany Cherry. This whole series is actually set in a small town. We're following 3 sisters as they're just like falling in love and going through heartbreaks, and this is the last of the series. I talked about this the other day, but this is the last one, and I'm just so incredibly excited to read it. We also got number 3, and number 3 was a book talk book, and I kind of cheated for that one. I cheated for that one because I have so many other books that we'll consider like book talk book, but I went for The Exile, and I cheated because I've been wanting to read this book. So I was just like, I'm gonna go with this one. I feel like I should have went with the Biting 13. I feel like Biting 13 is like hardcore book talk book, but I chose that one. I'm actually really happy about it. And we also got number 7, and number 7 was a small author, and I ended up choosing a book that I should have been read, and that is Team Player. Listen, I loved love Sunny Disposition. You cut me open, you will see Sunny Disposition. I love that book. And so the fact that I have not read Simple Air by Diana Gray is absolutely insane to me. And she is like indie author, like, you know, like I just feel like she should have more hype. I feel like she should be just like all over Barnes and Noble and just go crazy, because I just love the way she writes. She just writes so beautifully and so diversely, and I can't wait to just dive into this and read and just indulge myself in every single one of these pages. So I got Team Player, man, that is the second book of the Mendel series. And then we also got number 16. We got number 16, and number 16 was last book in a series, and we chose The Love Lyric by Christina Forrest. It's not here yet, it's not out yet. I believe it's coming out the 4th of February. That is pre-ordered, so I'm passionately waiting for that to come. Also got Has Been Picked, and you guys heard him, he said Heaven Breaker. I bought that book for him. I didn't buy that book for me. And then number 20 was Close Your Eyes and Choose a Book, and I really hope that the camera was like the right way, because when I tell you I'm a little bit dizzy still, but we ended up choosing Our Sweet Moments, and I already read that book. I rated it a 4-star, so it's going to be really fun to go back into it and just see everything else that I love. But that was a fun way for me to pick my little TBR. But that's all for this video. We did a lot of things. We went to the library. We are reading a really good book, Love is Everything. We did mini books. We have a TBR for February. We did everything that I feel like I said I was going to do. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. God bless you. Stay blessed. Happy Black History Month. Happy Black History Month. Thank you so much.